How you doing? How you doing? Are you guys ready? Time to rock this thing? Time to sing some Bible songs. Y'all ready?
Ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
I'm in right out, right up, right down, right happy all the time. I'm in right out, right up, right down, right happy all the time. Since Jesus Christ came in and washed away my sins, I'm in right out, right up, right down, right happy all the time.
Can you do it faster?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I think we can. Let's do
Totally.
it faster. I'm in right out, right up, right down, right happy all the time. I'm in right out, right up, right down, right happy all the time. Since Jesus Christ came in and washed away my sins, I'm in right out, right up, right down, right happy all the time.
Woo!
Supersonic speed?
Supersonic.
We couldn't even do that one.
Yep, let's do it.
Oh my, here we go.
I'm in right out, right up, right down, right happy all the time. I'm in right out, right up, right down, right happy all the time. Since Jesus Christ came in and washed away my sins, I'm in right out, right up, right down, right happy all the time.
Beat you.
That was really fast.
We should go faster. Faster.
Can you go faster than supersonic? Is it even possible? What would it even be called?
Light
Time
speed?
travel speed.
Time travel speed. Oh, we're done. Okay, next song. All right, here we go. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Jesus is a friend, he's a friend next to you. Jesus is a friend, so sing along. Jesus is a friend, he's a friend next to you. Jesus is a friend, so sing. Sing a hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Take somebody's hand, take a hand next to you. Take somebody's hand and sing along. Take somebody's hand, take a hand next to you. Take somebody's hand and sing. Sing a hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Give someone a hug, give a hug next to you. Give someone a hug and sing along. Give someone a hug, give a hug next to you. Give someone a hug and sing. Sing a hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. One more song. Can we do one more? I had to pause. Take a deep breath. Do we need some space here?
Can you get some water?
Are you thirsty? Man, me too. Give me some supersonic. Get it? Supersonic. Okay, let's do one more.
Okay.
This is a new one for me, but we're going to try it.
We got it. You got it.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Do you see the sweat? Oh, here we go.
I do.
And all these
sweat.
signs and all these things we got to do. The pressure.
All right,
man.
this is the hippo song. I know you guys know it.
Oh,
Sing
man.
with us, okay?
Hippo song.
In the beginning, God made the seas. He made the forest full of trees. He made the mountains up so high. And up above, He made the skies. God's fingerprints are everywhere, just to show how much He cares. And in the middle, He had so much fun. He made a hippo that weighs a ton. Hip, 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 hippopotamus. Hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us. Hip, 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 hippopotamus. Hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us. You want to do the kangaroo version?
What?
Let's go. In the beginning, God made the seas. He made the forest full of trees. He made the mountains up so high. And up above, He placed the sky. God's fingerprints are everywhere, just to show how much He cares. And in the middle, He had so much fun. He made the kangaroo who likes to jump, not run. Kangaroo. Hip, hip, hooray, God made me and you. Kangaroo. Hip, hip, hooray, God made me and you. How about the rhino version? In the beginning, God made the seas. He made the forest full of trees. He made the mountains up so high. And at the top, He placed the sky. God's fingerprints are everywhere, just to show how much He cares. And in the middle, He had so much fun. He made the rhinoceros who likes to run. Rhino, rhinoceros. Hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us. Rhino, rhinoceros. Hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us.
Hey, Leah.
Yeah.
Do you know how to stop a rhino from charging? You take away his credit cards.
Good one, Mr.
I'll
James.
get it.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't. Okay.
Today we're going to do something a little different. Not really an experiment as much as an object lesson. Let's take a look.
Our object lesson is called Passing the Word from Beakers, Bubbles, and the Bible by Tina Hauser. You need a book, some marbles, and some dominoes.
Okay, I'm going to start with taking my book and I'm going to open it up, kind of maybe to the middle. Really, it doesn't matter the book, it's just that we want to have a nice little row or path for us to lay our marbles. So I'm going to lay some marbles kind of all together on one end. I'm going to lay this one marble closer to me and I'm going to flick this marble. What happened? They all moved just a bit and then the one fell off. Let's see what happens again. Let's try it one more time. It's called a chain reaction.
Let's flip the marbles again, and then let's watch them roll in slow motion.
Another example of a chain reaction would be dominoes. Set up a domino trail. Let's see what happens when we push on this end. Do you think what do you think is going to happen? Do you think all of those dominoes are going to fall? Let's see. They all fell. Now let's watch that in slow motion. That is a great example of a chain reaction. So what happened when the first marble hit the row of marbles? It caused a reaction. They all went into motion and then the last marble rolled off. Okay, let's sing a couple more songs before our Bible story. Come on, Mr. James.
Let's do it. Come
Hey,
on.
friends, do you guys want to sing with us?
Who's this?
What's your name?
Shelly?
Hi, Shelly. I'm so glad you're here to sing with us some Bible songs.
Thank you, me too.
What do you sell?
Seashells
Where?
on the seashore.
Okay, all right, just making sure that's
They're
you.
66 cents each.
66 cents. Okay. I can't even say that right. Here we go. Which one are we going to sing?
We're going to start with the wise man, okay?
Oh, yeah, the wise.
Okay, get your builders ready. Here we go. The wise man built his house upon a rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock, and the rains came a-tumbling down. Oh, the rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came out, and the wise man's house stood firm. But the foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand, and the rains came a-tumbling down. Oh, the rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up, and the foolish man's house went smash. So build your life on the Lord Jesus Christ. So build your life on the Lord Jesus Christ. So build your life on the Lord Jesus Christ, and the blessings will all come down. Oh, the blessings will come down as the prayers go up. The blessings will come down as the prayers go up. The blessings go down as the prayers go up. So build your life on the Lord Jesus Christ. How about one? How about
more?
one more?
I'm pretty tired.
Me too.
It's just one more song. Let's do one more song, okay,
I'll be
Shelly?
fine.
Nathan, you got this? Let's sing.
Yup.
Let's sing If You're Happy and You Know It.
Well, I know it. Do you know it?
I know it. I'm happy. Are you
Shel-
happy, Shelly?
I'm happy, but I am tired.
Kind of tired, happy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet.
If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet.
If you're happy and you know it, say amen.
Amen.
If you're happy and you know it, say amen. Amen.
If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, say amen. Amen.
Here's a tricky one.
What?
Can you do all three of them?
I knew you were going to ask.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. If you're happy and you know it, do all three.
Amen.
If you're happy and you know it, do all three.
Amen.
If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Amen.
Yeah, baby.
Paul and Silas were on another missionary journey. One day while they were walking down the street, a girl who had an evil spirit of Satan in her called out, "These men are the servants of the Most High God. They can tell you how to be saved." She was making fun of them. Paul and Silas paid no attention for a while. They could see that she had an evil spirit. She did not know what she was saying, but this went on day after day, and Paul became concerned about her. For one controlled by Satan to speak of Paul as led of God would cause confusion. Some people might think the girl was led of God too. Finally, Paul said, "I order you, in the name of Jesus, to come out of her." Right away, the evil spirit left her, and she became a follower of Jesus. But her masters were not happy, because these men listened to and obeyed Satan. They had made money by letting people hear the evil spirit talk through the girl. Now that the evil spirit was gone, their hopes of getting rich were lost. Others in the city that made money by Satan's deceptions now felt threatened too. A mob of angry men took Paul and Silas to the rulers of the city. "These men are making trouble for our city," they told the rulers. Soon the marketplace was crowded with people shouting insults and accusations at Paul and Silas without giving them any chance to defend themselves. The rulers declared them to be guilty. They were to be stripped, then beaten, and thrown into prison. The sentence was carried out immediately. The jailer was told to take special care that the two men did not escape, so he put them into the innermost cell of the dungeon. The wounds on the backs of Paul and Silas hurt. They could hardly move, but they still wanted to tell the other men in the jail about Jesus. So that night they began to sing songs and praises to God. Everyone in the jail could hear them. Suddenly, there was an earthquake. The walls of the jail shook. All the doors opened and the chains fell off every man there. The jailer woke up and saw all the jail doors open. He was so sure that all the men had escaped and that he would be punished. He grabbed his sword so that he could kill himself. But Paul called out, "Don't do that! We are all here!" "Quickly, bring the lights," the jailer shouted. He ran to the dungeon and fell down before Paul and Silas. "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" he asked. "Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ," they replied. The jailer knew very little about Jesus, and he wanted to hear more. He let Paul and Silas out of jail and took them to his house. He washed the bruises on their backs where they had been hurt. He gave them food to eat. Then he asked these two missionaries to tell him all they knew about Jesus. His family listened too. The man and his family believed, and they were baptized that very night. What a happy time for Paul and Silas. Just a little song can make someone very happy. Do you know a song of Jesus' love that you could share with your friends?
And in Acts 16:32 and following, it says, So Paul and Silas told the message of the Lord to the jailer and all the people in his house. At that hour of the night, the jailer took Paul and Silas and washed their wounds. Then he and all his people were baptized immediately. This is a great example of the chain of events that happens from when Paul healed the demon-possessed girl, they were jailed, and they taught the jailer about Christ when he was so afraid that they were going to escape after the earthquake. And all his family became Christians. That was a really cool story about Paul and Silas and how one action led to another.
Yeah. What was the first thing that happened?
First, Paul healed the demon-possessed girl.
What happened next?
And then they were thrown in jail.
And next?
And they spread the good news to the jailer, and he believed.
Wow. How is that like what happened to the marbles?
Well, when you hit the first marble, and it hit the second, and third, and fourth, it just caused a ripple effect, a domino effect, one right after another. This is the same effect that we have when we tell someone about Jesus, and then they tell someone about Jesus, and then they tell someone about Jesus, and then they tell someone about Jesus. The chain of events continues to happen. Who are you going to tell about Jesus? Let's sing one more song before we go for the week, okay? Okay.
I'm happy today, oh yes, I'm happy today. In Jesus Christ, I'm happy today because He's taken all my sins away. And that's why I'm happy today. Have a great week!
Have a great week!